Hi, Mark Robertson back with you here talking about my book, Carrying Lawn Chairs, Youth Sports and Other Parental Mindsets. As I mentioned at the beginning of each one of our sessions, my book is divided into two parts. The first part deals with parents and their children and organized youth sports and all the problems I have with it. And I really don't think there are solutions to the problems in organized youth sports for very young kids. I'm against organized sports for kids under 10, maybe even 12. And it's just crazy, some of the craziness that goes on and other things. And the kids really don't like to play sports organized at that age anyway. So parents just want them to get a head start in life and make sure they have all the opportunities to get ahead in this world. So they think the earlier they start them, the better off they'll be. That's not the case. It's ridiculous, organized youth sports for very young kids. But now I'm in the second part of the book. And today the title of the chapter is Boredom. I'm going over each chapter. So the book obviously is available on Amazon. You can get it there electronically, electronic book, or just a regular book. But you can watch all these sessions too and get a good gist of what the book's all about. Today, the title is Boredom. Kids and boredom, a dangerous combination. It seems that kids these days often express that they are bored to parents. Why is that? There's more entertainment devices, more entertainment all the way around, more things to do, more things for kids to do than ever before, organized things. There's all kinds of organizations where you can go and climb walls and jump on trampolines and do all this other stuff. And there's so much for kids, but yet kids say they're bored. Why is that? Well, they got all these electronic devices. They can talk to anyone, any of their friends at any time. They can talk to anyone in the world at any time almost. So why are kids bored? Well, I think it gets down to the simple thing that they're not outside enough. They don't go out into nature, out into the world, go out, just look at nature, climb trees, play tag, do simple things like that. It's all in their mind. They're all in this world of electronic devices and schooling and all this other stuff, even television. Kids don't watch television as much anymore because there's so many other things, the electronic devices, the iPads and all that. But they just brings about a boredom and emptiness. They're so saturated with all this media and all these devices and all this other stuff going on that they just get stressed and bored and they feel empty. And it's just a situation that really, I think, has a simple answer. It's authentic play. Now, you get a kid 13, 14, 15 years old, and the mom or dad tells them, go out to play outside. They look at you, like you're crazy. What does that mean? Well, there's all kinds of things you can do. There's things, movement is the key. Just get going. Just quit sitting in a chair, get outside, ride a bike, take a walk, or if you don't want to go do something, read a book, paint a picture, go visit a senior citizen. There's an infinite amount of things you can do to not be bored. Boredom it's really not boredom. It's just not knowing that there are so many things that you can do even when you think you are bored. I mean, it's just an infinite number of things you can do. You can go to the library. I mean, imagine that, going to the library and looking at a real book. You can just take a walk around the block, look at your town, all the things going on. Just do anything. Go, if you're younger, go climb a tree. If you're older, go climb a tree. It's fun to do. You got to get outside and do things. That stops the boredom. Get away from all the technology for a while. Take a break from it. I'm not against technology. It's great. I'm on technology right now talking to you. But it's so much. How many infinite pages of internet pages are there? There's so much to do. It's just you got this Facebook all the time. I'm on Facebook. I don't know a whole lot about technology, but I'm on there. And it's good to talk to people that you knew growing up and things like that. So there's a lot of good about technology. But again, this boredom is a thing where it can lead to bad things. It can lead to drugs, drinking, sexual promiscuity, all kinds of bad things boredom brings about. And that means that they don't know the answer to boredom. So parents need to tell the kids, you can always do something, almost always. Even if you're in the house, you can do something. You can go clean your room. You can go, it makes you feel better when your room's clean. You can do little things like that. Start right where you are. Clean the room you're in. Dust off something. Just move. You can go play ping pong if you have a ping pong table or something in the house. Just do something. Boredom is just a lack of movement, actually. If you're moving, you can't be bored. It's almost impossible to be bored. If you're moving, if you're walking, just simply walking around the block. And like I say, older kids think they're too old for authentic play. They're not. Nobody's too old for authentic play. Play really eases stress, anxiety, and boredom, which brings about stress and anxiety. So do something for playful. I mean, it can be about anything. You're just going to shoot baskets or anything like that, going for a swim or going just to play racquetball, something along those lines. But there's a lot of things that can be done, young kids can do to stop their boredom. And like I say, there's a lot of senior citizens who are stuck in their houses. They would like a visit, and you can learn to get a lot of wisdom from senior citizens. Kids can go do that. I know some people that have a neighbor who's 101 years old, and they can learn from her, and they do go visit her on a regular basis. And so first thing to do, if you're bored, get away from the electronic devices. I'm not saying get rid of them, just get away from them for a while. Go outside, go walk through nature, throw rocks in the lake, skip rocks, do something. Movement is key. Just get going. And getting kids to see the infinite possibilities is the answer to boredom. Boredom is not a good thing. Boredom too can be something where it's a message. And if a child, they're in school is boring to a lot of kids. Well, I'm bored in school. Well, I don't necessarily have all the answers to that. You got to do the work in school. Some kids, school is not meant for them. But if you're in a situation later in life, if you're in a job or something and you get bored every day, that is a sign of maybe you should move on to a different job. It's not good for your health if you're bored. Boredom is not good for one's health. It's stressful, actually. So boredom is a sign that action needs to be taken, whether you're a young person, whether you're a teenager, or whether you're older in a job, something like that. If you're in a job that you're just bored and stressed out, it's time to move on to something else that would excite you more or be more interesting or captivate you more, that would uplift you more and be more motivational for you. So boredom has a lot of roles in the world, but the common denominator is to get going, change from where you are if you're truly bored. So thanks for being with us again this time, and we will talk to you next time.